Morning, morning, Alejandro. Good morning, Sergey. Good morning, Frizu. All right. Just give folks here a couple minutes to join us, and we'll get started. I do have the risk disclosure up, so you can guys review that as we wait for folks to join us here. Thanks for the likes. 3 for 3. Very nice. 4. Wow. 4 likes and 3 people. Awesome. Okay. Yes, obviously, Frizu. I'm overwhelmed. Hey, Paula. Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? All right. 6 for 6 again. Excellent. All right. So let's go ahead and get started here, guys. I do want to finish before the open of the equity market. So we have our risk disclosure up at the moment. And again, the information that is being distributed here by the market trader and Ray, the market trader, is to be treated as general information only. Okay, none of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice and offered to solicit, to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. Future trading does carry a fair amount of risk, and it's not for every investor. An investor could lose all or more than their invested in their initial investment. We should be only using risk capital money that we can otherwise afford to lose without compromising one's financial security. Should be used for trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the markets. Well, actually, let's first start with the news. I'm assuming that Friday there's always something calendar news related. So let's go ahead and start with that review. I see that the markets continue to go up here. S&P looks like it's a bit down. Nasdaq is down. So we're starting to see maybe a little bit of pressure to the downside here. Okay, in the markets. All right, let's do a start. Okay, hit apply here. Okay, let's see. All right, so I guess the biggest piece of news that we have here today is PPI. They came in above forecast. We on both fronts. Okay. All the other news is two-star events. I'm looking through here. There's no FOMC kind of discussion. Okay, but I guess obviously we're always at the mercy of some Fed Powell coming in and speaking an impromptu way. Okay, so really the news that we care about is already in the market, okay, which makes it a little bit easier for us because we get the news right out of the way. The market participants are able to digest that news and decide where they want to take the markets rather than waiting and pausing and holding back on any sort of medium-term positions because there's some news in the horizon here. Okay. So yeah, so not much in the way of news. News has already been out. So let's go ahead and start looking at the market. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go ahead and start with the market that we always start with, and that's gold because it's already open. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my gold chart. So as you can see here, I'm monitoring all four now, the markets that I care about here. So we'll go ahead and open up gold here. We're going to go ahead and open up the daily chart and then ask ourselves the question, okay, in what direction is the market trying to go? Okay, well, of late, okay, it's been trying to go higher of late. All right. We have a steady series of higher highs and higher lows. Okay. So again, that's obviously an indication that we are looking to head higher in the market. Okay, we do have an inside candle today. We don't know again whether that's going to breach maybe some of these areas low or whether it's going to remain inside for the remainder of the day. We do have some supply areas above us, right? Was noted by the yellow area here. So we have daily supply levels that we're at in right now. We breached one of them. Okay, this actually should probably be changing colors on us, I think. Okay, and then we have another area here just above us at 24. Yeah, 2440. Okay. Yeah, is that 2440? Yeah, 2440, 2420, somewhere in that range. Another area that we still need to contend with in order to maintain this bullish nature here. Okay. Good morning, Ricky. All right. So let's so 4-hour chart, we have an understanding what's being what price is doing on the daily. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, we do have a series of candles here that is, we haven't really broken any structure to the downside. We've maintained the structure to the downside. We haven't made any new lows, but we do have a series of bearish candles. Okay. Again, structure still remains higher, right? Why do I say that? Well, I'm able to maintain, right, general structure here, right? I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down candles. We have one, well, not quite one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so maybe we've reached the extent of our down move and we're going to resume our move to the upside. Okay. In order for me to change my opinion, we need to get below this what is that, 2377, 2375 before we start, break it, changing character here. Character right now remains bullish. All right. 30-minute chart. Okay, so 30-minute chart. This is our little not little, but our daily channel, right? I've already got in my see here. We're going to go ahead and remove this channel here, guys, for now. All right, we're going to widen this up. We're going to go ahead and okay, so I have I'm going to turn off ASR here for a second, guys. We've already exceeded ADR to the downside, so we're going to go ahead and pull up these levels here. They've already gotten captured already. Okay, so we're going to capture those. Okay, I'm going to put those over here on the right. Okay, it's my intention anyway. Okay, those are our levels. Okay, I've added a 4-hour supply here and 4-hour demand. That's always interesting for me to keep. Okay, so we have our value range. Everything is in place here. Okay, so we could talk hypo. All right. Okay, now that we have these levels already in place here, hypo we've broken value. Okay, we've broken value to the downside. Okay, we've come back, tested value to the downside, and it's been supported by volume. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn on initial balance. All right, so this is our initial balance range. I always say a normal, right? Normal range, nothing too, I would say, too wide, right? Unlike what we had yesterday in after the CPI report. Okay, so I would say that's within range. Okay, we could expect some normal behavior. Now, the idea here is current structure of the market is to the downside. Okay, so where can this market head or go? Well, we have some of these zones here, right? This is a 30-minute zone here around 2380-ish. Okay, 2380-ish, and then we have 2383.1, which is the initial balance from yesterday, right? It's a little bit of repair day, I guess. A lot of single prints were being printed here, as the market was headed higher. So it looks like it wants to revisit some of these areas, repair some of these areas. Okay, so cannot rule out, that we will extend close to these participants here. Okay, cannot rule it out. Structure is to that side. So one of the hypos has to be bearish. Okay, right now. Okay, we continue to break some structure here. We have a good amount of volume to the downside. Okay, when would I start to entertain maybe something of the bullish variety? Well, we've already exceeded one area. I'm going to go ahead and open up the other one. They've both been breached. Okay, so really, I'm looking at these 4-hour demands here, these 30-minute demands. Okay, to offer me some location. I also have initial balance low. Okay, there's always the possibility of price, right? Hanging out at this level serving, and it's already kind of serving as that, correct, or currently, right? We are getting some reaction around this 2396 level. We also have this 2400 level that's nearby. Okay, so that level down there could offer us opportunities to the upside. Okay, so I'm going to be keenly, aware and watching how this initial balance range plays out. Okay, does this hold? Does this wick hold? Okay, and potentially offer me. I would say my first location for longs would probably be down at this, like I said, 2383 level, somewhere in that range. Okay, that's the, I would say, the prime area. Given what I'm seeing here on the left hand side, you see this massive Maribozu candle. We understand it's news driven, but nonetheless, if the same market participants that brought the market back up if they are still around, then they're going to defend their positions here. Okay, so they are probably going to step in at this 2383 level here, this prior initial balance area. Okay, if I'm bearish, well, we need to continue to look for opportunities of strength. Okay, or perceived strength. So we're going to go ahead and draw in my anchor VWAP. I'm going to use the top here. All right, this is kind of CPI driven, but these areas right here, right, we have daily VWAP, which is serving as a good reference level for a continued short. We have anchor VWAP, again, another good location for continued short. We have IB high, okay, as an area. The bottom end of these ASR and ADR areas offer us a location for a potential reversal or continuation in price. Now, if we start to break some structure to the upside, above this 2408, above this 2413 or 2412, then we start to change the character of the market, and maybe we head up to the ADR highs. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at right now. We are getting some buying coming into the market here. If I do change to the 15-minute chart, I do see that there is already a fair amount of reaction here at 23.96 from the buyers. Buyers have stepped in, right? We do see that there is some volume that has come in here. Could this have been an exhaustive sell? Could this have exhausted all the sellers in the market? Well, it appears so after such a strong move to the downside. Again, maybe news driven. I'm not sure. Okay, but the after seeing such a strong Maribozu candle, the last thing that I was expecting is a reversal in price. Okay, so we may have exhausted some of the sellers to the downside, but we are coming into some areas here now, right? So we have to see how these candles play out here. The next 15-minute candle. All right. So that's kind of what I have to share. Okay, in the gold market. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. If I don't see any questions here, right now it looks like I'm at a 12 for 12 with respect to likes, which is great. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. All right. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go back. Did a little bit of homework last night in preparation for the markets, so this should actually be in place, just like what we had experienced here. So let's go ahead and start with the daily. We always start with a higher time frame because we want to understand what the general market is trying to do. Okay, and the general market is trying to do at a high level, at a higher time frame, is to go higher. Okay, so we're in the midst of. Sorry, let me take a swig of water here. Okay, we are up against some daily supply zones. All right, but in a series of bullish price action, right? Higher highs and higher lows. Okay, we have currently in a supply zone, and we have another one above us. Okay, if we do manage to close above this level here at say around 84, okay, 84.30, let's say 45 area, then we have a reasonable chance to get up to this level here, right? So if I just take this last swing here, just to get a sense of where this price movement can go, I take my Fibonacci tool, trend-based tool. I click up here. Actually, should be this one here. Oop. Really messed that one up. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm going to take this low, come up to this high, come back down. Okay, where could this go? Well, we have this level that's been identified here at 87 and change here, 87, 70, 78. Okay, that's the natural progression of this move here, right? This is a measurement, all right, of this swing, all right. So if I take this measurement, right, and forecast it, all right, this is the target I'm kind of looking at here, 87.78. Okay, for this structure here. Okay, morning, Keith. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and move on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, I would assume is saying the same kind of thing. We are coming into an area of supply again here at 84.50. All right. All right. So we probably, given this structure, this would be kind of the first location that I would expect any sort of significant pullback, if there's going to be one, because I see that here, right? I see that the last time we reached this level, it was met with sellers. Okay. All right. We have a demand zone down below. You can see, hopefully you guys can see this blue area, right? Okay. We have the demand zone below. We have a supply zone above. So right now, until we break this area, I have to treat this as an area for opportunities to fade, and here and down below an area of opportunity to buy. Okay. Just going to confirm here. We'll go ahead and move on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. We do have, I've already drawn in our initial balance range. Okay, I know there's a fair number of lines here, guys. But let's see. We'll go ahead and turn on ADR here. Turn off ASR for the moment. We're going to go ahead and capture the levels that I've already captured. All right. Okay. So let's see here. We'll just copy that in. Okay. So here I'm going to put those levels to the right. Again, I say right, but then it always goes to the middle here. Let's see if I can figure out a way to move this. Okay. There. Oops. Right there. Okay. So those are our levels that we'll be looking at. So I'm going to, again, focus in on our hypos, right? So price will, or I suspect will, open above value. All right. This area, value area high, will provide one area for a possible reversal in price. Okay. The current level that we're in, we've already received a little bit of a reversal away from ADR. Problem is that we're in a bit of bullish price structure at the moment. Okay, we're in a bit of bullish price structure at the moment, so I can't expect this move down to be sustained. Okay, I cannot expect, right, because I'm in market structure that is leading me to believe that we're headed higher. Okay, in the market. Okay, we've already broken ADR to the upside. Okay. So as long as we don't break this structure here, right? Trying to capture this as much of this as I can. As long as we don't break a structure to the downside, I have to favor the longs. Okay. Have to favor the longs. So if I'm bearish, well, I have an area up here, right? If I'm bearish, this is another area. This is a logical area. This is a 4-hour zone here at 84.71 that could offer me a potential, another swing like this down to the downside. Okay. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking at value area high, potentially down here at settlement price. Okay, as a reference level to support any sort of move to the upside. The fact that I'm in a channel right now is another area, right, that could offer me a potential long to the upside. Okay. Let's see. Any questions? I don't see them. So we're going to go ahead and hopefully, yeah. So basically, crude oil. I don't know. I may have said gold. Crude oil. Okay. So right now, looks like our main hypo is going to be to the long side. Okay. We're going to wait for this initial balance to establish here. Okay. Initial balance is not yet established because the market has yet to open. Right. Yeah, settlement price could be a nice target for opportunity downside, right? If we get a break of channel, then value area low, and settlement price open up as opportunities, no doubt. Okay, so we have our initial balance opening up here. Looks like it wants to at least potentially poke or peak below here, right? We obviously need to get below the channel, below the most recent price. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw a little anchored VWAP as a reference level as well for me. So, and I'm going to use the pivot here down below. Okay, I'm going to use the open from yesterday as my anchored VWAP. All right, so in a lot of confluence here, we have EMA, we have settlement price, we have anchored VWAP, all telling us that, hey, come and visit me. Okay. Come and visit me. So yes, DX, this does seem like a reasonable opportunity to take price back down to this level before we see any significant move to the upside. Okay, that seems perfectly reasonable to me. All right, so let's go ahead and move into the market that everybody's interested in, the Nasdaq. Okay, all right. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Let me. Okay. All right. let's move on to the NASDAQ. We're just kind of moving from market to market here. Okay, so again, starting with the daily. Okay, daily chart. What's that telling us? Well, it's telling us that we are continuing. We're still, look, even after the move that we had yesterday, we have not broken any significant structure to the downside. Was it met with volume? Sure, right? Some people taking profits? Sure. Okay. But has it really broken any structure to the downside? I have to say no. Okay. Right? We still remain, okay? We still remain to the upside, right? Now, are we at a decision point in the market? Yes, right? Are we at a place where price could continue lower? Yes. Okay. But we need evidence of that, right? We're not going to anticipate this, right? We're going to let price breach and then participate on any sort of little retest that we get. Let the market participants, how we say, let the market participants tell us what direction they want to take the market, and then let us react to that. Okay, let's not try to front load a short here. Okay, yeah, there was no blood overnight. It was pretty flat. Correct. Okay, so for our chart, as Alejandro mentions, really didn't offer anything here. Right, really no movement. Okay, it just hung around digesting, kind of like a python who's had a meal, right? Just kind of hanging out here digesting the food, right? Digesting whatever whatever they want to do with the market next. Okay, so while we did have I'm not underestimating this move down. Okay, it broke it broke the hearts of many buyers here. Okay, all right, but we are still, in a structure that would tell us that maybe, this is not like the end all, of the bears, or yeah, the buyers, right? We still have some structure to support some moves here to the upside. Okay, all right. 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart. We're gonna go ahead and turn off this level. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I don't think I have that captured in my. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and turn off ADR here for a second and turn off this. All right. We're going to go ahead and open this up. I believe this has already been established. Yes. Okay. So here we are. We are in the low end of the range. Okay. A lot of people are accepting lower prices here, right? Our profile has a little bit of a B shaped. The point of control is also on the lower end of the market. Okay, indicating that there has been some acceptance. Right, people are accepting lower prices. Right, both the buyers. I'm assuming more buyers than sellers, but they're accepting lower prices. Okay. Okay. So, but we are at a good level here. So there might be some accumulation going on here, right? For a potential leg higher, because it has not been able to break below this level. There might be people here. Well, you know what? You've already received enough of a discount here, right? Price could start to rally to the upside here. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull up our ADR levels and ASR levels. Let me go ahead and capture our levels here. Okay, so I did capture those. I do need to see if I can capture the ASR levels here. Where is ASR? Let's turn off ADR here for a second. My ASR levels are not showing up here. Don't know why. Oh, they're way above. Okay. So we'll have to wait and see when the market opens here. I'm not sure I want to, well, I guess we can call them out. All right. We have ASR low. All right. ASR low. at these are probably more yesterday's levels, guys. Okay, that they'll definitely serve as reference levels for us. But we have ASR low at let's see here. Yeah, 27,796.50. Let's go ahead and pull in our other levels. Okay, I think these levels. I'm going to wait for my ASR level here. I'm not going to report that until the open of the market here. ASR. I'll let the session open and see what adjustment it wants to make before reporting that. So we're going to turn that off for now. We're going to use these levels that we have here. Okay, so we have price here at the lower end. Okay, so we've already talked about maybe the possibility of there maybe being some accumulation going on here for a leg up. All right, we're at settlement price. We're at some prices here that could lead to a bit of a rally. Okay, in the market. Right, we're at a good juncture here now of potential rally. Okay, but before we're really, and we're seeing some attempt to go lower was rejected. So all evidence volume here is not really tipping his hand here just yet as to what direction they want to take this. Okay. So we're going to have to be patient. Okay. Market's going to open here in about 22 minutes. There's no need to rush into a buy here, right? Let the market kind of go through the initial balance range. Let it shake out, exactly what direction it wants to go with the market. Again, we've already gotten some evidence that maybe we've exhausted to at least temporarily any sort of move lower. Now, if we do break below this, or break below value area high with a close, then I will change my opinion. But right now, this seems like a logical location for us to rally higher here. Okay. If I'm bearish, well, then I would have to say that would have to go back to some of the areas where price is gone, right? So some of these areas above me, right, would serve as some locations, right? We have some supply zones above us that could serve. We have value area high here that could serve as a location for reversal in price. Okay, after we get maybe a rotation of value, right? Okay. All right. What else am I gonna? What I was wanted to say here? Oh, let me go ahead and open up ADR here. Oh, that's VWAP. VWAP should be there. Definitely ADR as well. Okay. Okay. So ADR, we're still, kind of in the middle of the range. All right, middle of this ADR range. So again, not really super excited to do much of anything. Okay, I want to be up at the edges. If I'm going to continue a continuation move to the downside, then let it be around this EMA, this ADR high level. Okay, if I want to, entertain a continuation move to the downside. If I'm more bullish in the market, well, I'm at a divan level now. Okay. The problem is, do I want to wait? Do I want to be chopped up here? No. Okay. I want to see some sort of definitive move up and then a rejection back down, and then I can participate. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the NASDAQ, kind of taking a look and see if there's any sort of comments here or any questions that people have. Right now, I'm going to be patient. We're at the low end of value. I'm going to wait for the initial balance range to tell me exactly what direction they want to take the market. I'm going to be looking at initial balance edges. Do I get a break above and sustained, or do I get a break above that causes a failed auction back inside? Well, we'll have to see. We're not there yet. Okay, 20 minutes away from even the beginnings of considerations here. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the yes here. Okay, the last main market, and then we'll move our attention for those who are interested in RBOB and Platinum. Okay, not everyone is interested in those two markets there. So, but I wanted to get through the main the main four. Okay. So let's take a look at the ES here. We'll go ahead and start with the daily. Should be no surprise here. We're probably expecting, or basically is a carbon copy of what we're seeing in the NASDAQ, right? We're seeing a series of, continue to see a series of higher lows and higher highs, even after our move here, right? We haven't even broken daily structure to the downside. Okay. We broke daily structure and now it's been, kind of scooped up here, right? We had, this is a wick. Now, if we get a close, we won't see that close on the daily until the end of today's session. But right now we're not seeing anything. We're not seeing anything in the way of structure breaking to the downside. And that's what I meant to say here. Okay. So let's look at the 4-hour. Suspect the 4-hour is going to tell us the same kind of thing. We've been kind of digesting much the same way we talked about in the NASDAQ. We seem to be digesting. We are developing a little bit of a reversal candle here, right? Kind of hammer-like candle, reverse doji, not doji, but on the upper end. So this looks a high wave candle with a buying wick below it. Okay. So this could be an indication that we might be, looking to head higher in this market. All right. 30-minute chart. Okay. So we've already gotten some volume here, right? To the upside. Hasn't really translated in anything in the way of price yet, but we are seeing increased volume coming into this. Okay. So there's maybe some accumulation, on the buy side that people are making at these levels. Okay. Let's stretch this out a bit further. Okay. So we can see what's going on here. All right. So yeah, that was a pretty good, move here, wick wise. All right. The follow-up candle is not as impressive, but nonetheless, it's of the bullish variety. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and call out our levels here. Okay. So we'll put those here to the right. All right. Move this over to the right here. Okay. So those are the levels that we're going to be cared about. Does the ES have a poor low? That's more. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's a poor low. It is definitely a low. Okay. A poor low. I would have to look at a market profile here to really make that answer. But it is a low. Okay. And like I said, I mentioned, I think the same kind of thing on the NASDAQ side. I want to see initial balance. I want to see, if I'm interested to the bullish side, I'd like to see a break. Now, this is a pretty significant move here, right? There was an attempt to take price lower below value area low, and it was met with buyers. Now, this might be a little bit news driven, right? Based on the news, they said, okay, well, all things PPI wise is still reporting all systems indicate higher, right? So the fact that we got a rally here, when it did attempt to get lower here, is that a poor low? Maybe. I'm not sure. Okay. It is definitely a low. All right. At least creating an impression of a pivot area. Okay. All right. So looks like we may open inside balance here. Okay. Or inside value, right? Inside value means balanced price action. We could remain in this. We couldn't remain in this range for the entire session. There's nothing that says that we have to revisit up here, right? We could stay in this range, just like we had in the overnight session, right? So we want to be wary of that. So that's why it's important, the initial balance, right? So whatever initial balance range we end up getting, is it able to break initial balance in one direction or the other? If it's not, again, we have to use ranging types of strategies, and hopefully the range is big enough to allow us to navigate from the top of the range to the bottom of the range. Otherwise, really, guys, we need to think about sitting on the sidelines if we don't see a very definitive move in one way or the other. Okay. All right. Let's see. Anything else I want to call out here? I'm going to take a peek at the ASR level, but it looks like the ASR level is well above here. Actually, a little bit. This is better. Okay, so we have an ASR level that's inside here. So inside the ADR level. So I'm going to go ahead and call that out here. So we have 56.24 here as a is that 50? Yeah, 56.24, 56.24 as my ASR low. Okay, and then my ASR high we have looks like what is that? 56.56 is my ASR high. Okay. 56.56.75 as my ASR high here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to this here. Make sure I capture that. All right. So we have 56.75 as my average session range high. Okay. Session. All right. And my average session range low is this 56.24. 56.24. Okay, is my average session range low. Okay. 56 even 24. Okay. That's my average session range low. Okay. All right. Let's see. Anything else that I want to share here in this market? Not seeing anything obvious. All right. So we're coming off a demand zone. The next supply zone is well above us. Okay. From a 30-minute perspective. So again, I'm just going to wait to see what the initial balance offers me. I'm going to wait and be patient for the initial balance. I'm not going to front load any trades here, guys, either to the downside or to the upside. I'm going to wait for the market to tell me what it wants to do, and then I'll react to that. Simple as that. Okay. All right. Take a peek here, see if there's any questions. I don't see them. So let's take a look at some of these other markets. I did take a trade in platinum yesterday, so we'll take a look at platinum. Okay, that's kind of like a correlated market to gold. All right, so we'll go ahead and take a look at platinum with a closeout today, platinum and RBOB, and we'll close our session today. All right. So question that we always ask ourselves on the daily chart: what is the market trying to do? Okay, well, the market is trying to head higher. Okay, we are seeing, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly what to make of this structure here on the top. Okay, right, I don't know, maybe look something along those kind of lines, right? Bearish below this channel, bullish above this channel, maybe. That's kind of what I'm seeing. This this has a little bit of a lower high, lower low, lower high kind of feel to it. So daily, maybe, we do, but we also have a series of higher highs here, right? So I have to say that, the move, okay, of late has been relatively to the upside. Okay. If I take this swing here, then maybe I can convince myself of that. But if I look deeper, if I look to the left more, what direction is this? Is price moving? Well, price is moving up in platinum. Okay. All right. For our chart. Okay. For our chart, we're on the lower end of this channel that we had just drawn there on the daily. If we do get some closes, we've reacted. If I'm looking back at this, every time we've come down to the bottom end of the channel, we've reacted pretty well. reacted pretty well. This seems a little muted. Okay, we did get a big push up, but really no follow through. Okay, so every time we've had a move, every time we've moved, we've continued to move at least to the other end of the channel. Right now, it seems like we're not getting the same kind of reaction, so that causes me to think that maybe there might be a leg lower in platinum here. Okay, if I follow this structure here, that definitely seems to be in the cards here. Okay, 30-minute chart. All right, 30-minute chart. I'm going to go ahead and remove this supply area, or not supply, my channel. Experimenting with some other tools here, guys. Let's see if I can remove this. Okay. All right, just experimenting with some things to help me with volume, things of that nature. I'm always looking for things that will support my efforts to understand the market and the conviction of that market. All right. All right. So let's start with didn't do much analysis in this market. We spent most of my time with the other markets. So let's take a look at the Thursday. And then this is platinum. So 530, drag that across to 1330. There I am. Okay. So we have price well below. Let's turn off these BJ levels here for a minute. So we are in some structure, right? You're welcome, Frizu. We are in some structure to the downside, okay, in platinum, right? We've broken below value, okay? We've broken below value. We are below everything that we look at as far as reference levels, settlement price, VWAP. Okay. So we have to look at this market in more of a bearish, kind of lens here. Okay. Not only that, we've broken ADR to the downside. Okay. Rather early in the market. All right. So let's start calling out our ADR levels. Okay. ADR high. Okay. ADR high. Here is what is that? Just open this up here a little bit. This looks like is around 1030. Let's see. Let's draw a line here. That always helps me. Kind of highlight this area. Okay, so it looks like it's 1032.5 on the high side. 1032.5. Okay, while we're here, we're going to go ahead and turn on ASR. We got 1018.9, which is rather low here, 1018.9 on the ASR level. And then we have ADR low. Okay, again, I'm going to use this line tool to help me identify exactly what this level is. So that is looks like 1004.5. Okay, and then we have 1018, and that's we have 995.5. Settlement is at 1014.4. Oh, .5. I meant to say .4. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and open up our initial balance range. So we have a relatively, I would say inline initial balance. So my first peek at this, I would say that we need to focus on downside. Okay, in platinum. All right. We are coming into some levels that could cause price to head higher. Okay. 995 is kind of speaking to me at the moment. Maybe the 1000 level is another area. I'm seeing here on the left-hand side, we can get as low as 990-ish. Yeah, 995 before we see any sort of significant reversal in the platinum market. All right. So if I'm a seller, well, I need to wait for price to get to a reference level that's more extreme. All right. Settlement price would be a good area to entertain a short. Okay. Right here. Okay. If I'm looking long in the market, well, I'm at a reasonable location. What I would need to see is a break of initial balance to the upside. Okay. We're about 4 minutes from this initial balance range being established. And what did we get in that initial balance range? Well, we got one candle down followed by a equal candle back to the upside. Really not telling us much of anything, right? Basically saying that we have participants on both ends of the market. Now, if we do, once this initial balance range is established, if we do get a close above the high of this initial balance range, then that speaks to me and says that we could reach settlement price and maybe ultimately the highs of this swing here. All right, at 1018.9, which would make for a rather healthy move risk reward wise to the upside. All right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the platinum market. We're going to go ahead and close out the session. I'm not seeing anything in the way of questions. So we're going to go ahead and move to RBOB, which is our last market that we're going to review today. All right. We're going to go ahead and again, same kind of process here, and the same process I do for all the markets. Okay. I start off with the daily and ask myself the question, what is the market trying to accomplish? What is the market trying to do? Well, the market is trying to go higher. Okay. We see a break of structure to the upside. We got a little bit of a deeper pullback than I would have expected here in order to maintain this bullish view, right? If I do this, my channel business, well, it looks like we're below it. Okay. So maybe, again, something I don't want to be too excited by this, but maybe we'll get a move lower. Okay. I'm not liking what I'm paying for my gas. Okay. So moving lower is going to be welcome for me to see. Okay. What I don't want to see if I'm bearish is that we close back inside this channel to the upside. That I don't want to see. An actual close, not a wick, but an actual close. If I get a close inside this, then this bullish view could be restored. If not, if I am able to stay below this, then I could have a reasonable chance that the market could head lower. All right. 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, same kind of thing, just more candles. Okay. I've already drawn my structure here. Okay. To the downside. Okay. As long as I can stay below this channel, I have a reasonable chance for continuation to the downside. Right. So it does appear like we're building a little bit of a double bottom around settlement price. So that, causes a little bit of, but it still needs to get above some of this structure to really sustain any sort of bullish price action that we're seeing at the moment. It is being supported with some bullish volume here though, right? You can see that we've gotten some, pretty good volume to the upside here. Okay. And then we've kind of lost it. But, and if I look at this, right, the more recent activity has been to the bullish side, right? Not really a lot of volume, not really a lot of sell pressure to the downside at the moment. Okay. Let's see, moving on to the 30-minute chart. All right. So 30-minute chart, here we are. We're inside our initial balance range, right? We're going to go ahead and draw our volume profile. We're going to go ahead and locate the 6 o'clock bar, drag that to the 1330 bar. Okay. So we're technically above value. Okay. Which means that we could potentially see higher prices. Okay. Now, a level that I'm going to draw here is this value area high, right? Which is also, look how that worked, how it played out. Value area high is also the same as value area low. There are people that look at these things, right? value area high was swept up by buyers. And it also happens to be the initial balance low. So I have to expect that this area is supportive for buyers. Okay. Now, whether they have the resources necessary to continue that, they did initially. Okay. Now, if we do get price to close back inside here, right, then we might have a value area acceptance trade, or at least a trade that takes us back down to this level right here. Okay. Right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. A lot of seems heavy. Okay. Price action in RBOB seems to be on the heavy. It looks like it wants to go. It wants to go down. Okay. All right. So let's start calling out some of our levels here, guys. And so we'll go open up our text window. And so we got ADR high here, ADR high here at, let's see, what is that? 2.54, 2.54, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to call this 2.5484. Two dot five five 2.5484. Looks like somewhere in that range. Yeah, 2.5484. And then we're just going to go ahead and open up ASR here. We have 25471. Okay, ASR high, 2.5471. Okay, we got ADR low is where is it? ADR low. Turn this off here for a second. Where's my ADR low? Okay, I see the high. Having a little trouble with the low here. Okay, there's the low. All right. Okay, what's this area here? Well, this area looks like is 2.50. Looks like 03. Am I seeing that right? Yeah, 2.5003. Somewhere in that range. 2.5003. I'm going to go ahead and open up ASR here. And we have on the bottom side, we have 2.5063. Okay, inside that, 2.5063. All right, and then settlement is down on the lower end of this. So what is that? 2.5178 looks like. 2.5178. Okay, that's our settlement price. Okay. All right. So here we are. We continue to make our trek lower here. Okay, in this market. Okay, as suspected. Really, the only areas that I see this kind of stalling is settlement, and maybe back down to this ASR level below before I would entertain anything on the bullish variety. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking for opportunities to participate in the short side in this market. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add my anchored VWAP. Okay, there it is. So as long as I stay below that price, that's going to be an area that I'm going to be focused in on. If we do get a close inside value, we could get a full rotation of value, which would take us down to this ASR level. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing in the RBOB. All right, bullish down, maybe down to this level here, looking quite bearish at the moment here. If we do get a close here and able to break below here, then certainly this price down below is very much a target. Okay. All right, guys. I think that's all I have. I'm already 6 minutes into the equity session. So we'll go ahead and close the session off here. Okay. So as I close every session, trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys. Have a good day of trading. No group coaching this afternoon. All right. I'll be available in the Coach Ray channel. Okay. So you can catch me there. Otherwise, again, this afternoon, I will not be available. I'll catch you guys on Monday. All right. Trade well, trade safe, be a market, trade well, trade safe, be a market pro, trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys, have a good day.